Hey you guys, I haven't made a video in a while, and I was just talking to my best friend on the phone, and she was like, you haven't made a video? And I said, I was thinking the same thing. I haven't made a video in a while, and because I wasn't really feeling well. As always, I know she's like, you're always not feeling well. I'm like, yeah. And I think the reason is because, don't you notice that when you start getting like, oh sorry, this stuff in my hair is the conditioner. So before I jump in the shower and wash the conditioner, I'll just like, let me just make a quick video. So anyway, don't you notice how like every time you get a cold or a headache and you're not feeling well, it's because like something is not going right with your day. Like it's like your body is telling you you're not aligned with what's going on in your life that's supposed to be benefiting you. So it kind of like gives you like signs like, yo, I need to get your attention, you need to slow down, you need to refocus, shift gears, and put this in another position, because it's just like, it's almost like a warning signal. So I was saying to myself today, in a few days I've been noticing, I've been having these conversations with myself, like these full-blown conversations, and then I start to question, like, people always say, well, you can ask questions, but if you're answering it's like you're crazy, you're not supposed to have these conversations. And I thought about that, and I said, well, I don't think I'm crazy. It doesn't make sense that you should not have a conversation with yourself. You're the only one who knows everything about yourself. You can't lie to yourself. You can't get any misunderstandings. You know exactly how you feel. So you should have parts of yourself, like the good conscious, the bad conscious. You should have a higher self to help the lower self. So there's no reason why you should not be able to have a conversation with yourself and be able to help yourself heal or make logic of something. So lately, as I've been getting older, I've been having conversations with myself, like, full blown, like, Marty, I something right here isn't right, and why do you think this isn't right? Or even just start asking yourself, like, I started getting up in the mornings and saying, okay, how do you feel today? If I'm not feeling too good, or if I'm aggravated, if I'm depressed, if I'm down, I say, how do you feel today? And I'll be honest with myself, because you're going to be honest with yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how you feel. And I'll say, I don't feel good today. I don't feel like I'm happy. I don't feel like I'm where I need to be in life. But I don't do a whole negative bash type thing. I stick to one topic about how I feel right now at that time. How do you feel right now? Well, I feel about this situation X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, why do you feel that way? I feel that way because I felt like this, I feel this way, I feel like I should have been about it this way or whatever. And you start to have logical reasoning and conversations with yourself. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with you having talks with yourself, but be positive about it. And you're gonna know that something isn't right. Because some of us have these conversations that are let off of emotion. Well, fuck that, I'm about to go over that nigga house, and I'm about to bust his windows out, or that B think she was trying to be funny last time, but let her know how I feel. You thinking that by you expressing yourself in that type of way that's making you feel better, but it doesn't. Because anything that makes you feel good is not going to come from a not feel good place. It just doesn't go together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if it's a negative reason of why you're doing something, if it's stemming from a negative reason, it's going to be negative to negative. You kind of get where I'm going? So I'll say, okay, I'm upset at, let's just say, my neighbors next door, they always, their dog is always barking. So I get up and I say, you know what, is that why I'm really upset? If it is, okay, what can we do about it? Well, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna tell them, because she always tell them when my music's too loud. So it's coming from a negative place. It's not coming because it's really bothering you. It's coming because you want to be tit for tat or petty because they told on you. So I start having these conversations with myself, and I'm starting to notice that I'm being completely honest and starting to learn more. And what I'm finding out is that over the course of the years, I've taken time out to be a mom to my son. You get caught up in being a daughter, you get caught up in being a sister, a best friend, an employee at work, and you lose yourself. You don't get to know yourself. You don't get to love yourself. You don't get to nurture and take care of yourself because you don't take the time to do it. So so I'm starting to learn now to really get in tune with myself. And I laughed today, and I felt this sense of joy when I was like, wow, I really like having conversations with you. And I was saying this to myself. I was like, I really love having conversations with you now, because it's not coming from an angry place. Like, I try to think of everything in a positive way. And once you start practicing that, because it's not going to happen overnight, but once you start practicing it, you start to see yourself grow as a person. You handle situations in a good way. you heal faster, you just become whole, you know what I'm saying? So what I start doing now is like, I'm still human, I still react to things, I still get upset, I still kind of black out here and there, but I know when to draw myself in. I don't let it get so much till, you know what I'm saying, like I get whatever I need to get off my chest, but I don't elaborate and just keep it going. I don't feed into, you know, people in their sarcasm, or I don't feed into BS. I don't entertain a lot of stuff, and it may rub me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may come to me and be like, oh, you ain't speaking today, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? My mind could be someplace else. Instead of me being, you know, snap back like I normally would do, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you bugging or whatever. I say, well, what made you think that? You know what I'm saying? And be open to the idea that, you know, they took something the wrong way, or not let it affect me to the point where like I can care less. I can just say, oh, well, my apologies, and walk off, and really leave that where it is. You know, so I think in dealing with this whole stigma of you know, mental illness or emotional issues that, you know, people go through, and we keep putting stigmas on things. It's okay to be off balance. It's okay to not adapt to certain type of atmospheres or people. It does not mean that something is wrong with you. It just means that something happened to where it threw you off. And you know, it's nothing wrong with trying to figure that out. And the best place that I'm starting to see that makes sense to me, the best way to figure it out, is to start really with yourself. We can go to therapy, we can go to our best friend, we can go to our mom, we can go to our, you know, our pastors, or whoever you know you kind of idolize. But the thing about it is, it's a shame when you can't go to yourself and talk with yourself and have a one-on-one sit down with yourself and say, listen, this is not healthy for you anymore. If this continues, you know, we're going to be set back 10 times more. It's not affecting you. Now it's affecting your mother. It's affecting your son. It's affecting your relationships. It's affecting your focus. It's affecting your goals. It's affecting your drive. You physically are being affected because we need to get your attention. We need to stop you in your tracks and say, listen, this is not what's working out for you. Whether it's a job, whether it's relationships, whether it's a car, whether it's a living arrangement, you have to really stop ignoring these signs. And you have to sit back and take time with yourself, and instead of just trying to quiet the voices that you hear because you're thinking you're going crazy, no, sit down with yourself and have a talk with yourself. You know, everybody wants to put it up in somebody else's hands. Oh, you know, I had a talk with God last night. I had a talk with... No, you had a talk with yourself. Because we've been given the gift and the knowledge and the power of healing ourselves mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. I don't even want to get too far off topic, but as far as healing ourselves emotionally and mentally, we have those gifts. We're able to do those things. But we have to start somewhere. You have to get that ball rolling, and it will grow. And you will get better and better and better at healing yourself. But the hardest part of it is we have to take the time to be by ourselves. We have to take the time to not be distracted. And that means a lot of times, you know, not dealing with a certain job, not being in a relationship, cutting people off, putting yourself on a fast, you know, just turning off your social media for just a moment. And if you do that and just try that, maybe for even a day or for like a week, and then that week turns into a month, you'll see so much growth and you'll feel so much whole and just so much better. So I just wanted to say all of that to say that I feel it's okay to have conversations with yourself. You know, my son says to me all the time, "Are you in there talking to yourself again?" I'm like, yeah. Because at first I'd be like, no, what you talking about? You know, ashamed or whatever. No, yes, I sure am. It's keeping me sane. It's keeping me from out of jail. You understand what I'm saying? I need to have these talks now. So anyway, y'all, I hope I wasn't boring or what. But see, I'm to a place now I don't even care if I am. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not for you, it's for me. And maybe for someone else who really needs to hear that information. So, all right, y'all. Good vibes. And all that good stuff. You know, energy, light, love, and just feeling good. Jokes. Something to make you laugh. All right, talk to y'all later. Let me get off this thing.